Well, hey, good morning. Happy Sunday, or whatever. End of the weekend, right? So hey, yesterday I had the privilege of being asked to be on another TikToker's live. I made 44 cents. Hey! Did not see that coming, but I did tell my wife with my microphone off, like, apparently you can make money talking live on TikTok. Didn't know. Would love to do that. I would love to fucking do that. But hey, yesterday I was on a live and had a really nice conversation. And all of the people that were in that live but me were minorities, I think. And that means women, LGBTQIA plus, people of color, all of the above. And they were expressing their very real fears over what happens if Donald Trump gets inaugurated. And I tried to tell them that no, I did the math, this is what happens. So dictators don't play by rules. So for everyone out there that's like, he won't be able to do that, okay. That's not how dictators work. So they want to kill all the disabled, old, and poor people first. So that's cutting social programs, social safety nets. Think like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, veterans benefits. All the people that are reliant on those things probably can't live without them. And so if Donald Trump and all his bad friends get into office, a bunch of people are going to unalive. Millions. And I'm talking like 40 days. Not months, not 3, 6, 9 months, a year, 2 years, Jared. Oh, we'll get them in midterms. No. If that man gets inaugurated, a lot of people are going to unalive. Period. I did the math. And one of the ways that I'm able to sleep, you see, I don't have big dark circles under my eyes. I'm able to sleep 8 hours a night, is because I know that Kamala Harris, the current vice president of the United States, it's her sole duty to discharge and certify this election. Yeah. And so what I made sure that everyone knows is that a career prosecutor from Silicon Valley who has prosecuted people for committing securities fraud. That's like money fraud and other fraud. You know what I mean? Like it's real bad. It's hard to prosecute people for that. And there are like 1,600 lawyers working with her, and she just went to Hawaii on vacation. In the middle of an election, she's certifying while votes are still being counted. Right? She didn't go to the CISA or NSA headquarters or the Army 11th Cyber Command to figure out, is it worth it? And it's always worth it. And Donald Trump can't sign the emoluments clause and divest. He's worth like almost $4 billion, $3.77 billion right now, and 85% of that is tied up in Truth Social. And think about this. Just think logically. If Donald Trump divests from Truth Social, which is 85% of his net worth, and his name is no longer on it, do you think it retains its value for him? I smell a merger between Truth Social and X. And it's so that Donald can be more liquid, because he's going to have to start paying bills, and soon. And because he can't divest and sign the emoluments clause, and he can't sign the ethics agreement, and none of his cabinet members are going to submit to an FBI level background check because they're either Russian or Israeli assets, or they're being investigated for schmafficking. You don't want that Matt Gaetz report to be public because it further stains the Republican Party. So they'll do anything to not have to have that report come out. Too bad it got leaked. That's too bad for you, Matt Gaetz. But it probably just says that he used his little brother, so his own flesh and blood, to get underage girls to let him pay them to have sex. So he's like a pedophile. Oh, by the way, the people that are opposed to prostitution, it's like even if she's 18 years old and he's paying her to have sex, like how does the Republican Party feel about prostitution now that like Matt Gaetz literally had to step down from he was a congressman. He stepped down from that job to take the AG job and then had to pull out of that. He did that to keep that report from coming out that I literally just told you the nuts and bolts of, minus the graphic detail. So he immediately appointed Pam Bondi, who she was his lawyer in the court case over January 6th and trying to not have Mike Pence certify the election. See, remember how Elon Musk floated the concept of wanting to kill Kamala Harris? Consider that Kamala Harris is also running for fucking president. So she has every reason in the world, knowing the existential threat that Donald Trump is, of discharging and certifying this election only after every ballot is counted, Donald. And from the information that I'm gathering, there are like millions of votes that straight up didn't count in this election for various reasons. And it was a multi-pronged attack, meaning that they attacked our election several ways. So again, don't expect Donald Trump to become president. Expect the alternative where a bunch of people just go to trial and go to prison and pay heavy fine. And then Kamala Harris, the prosecutor from Silicon Valley, that totally set up a trap and Donald Trump walked into it. And Elon Musk, because Elon Musk hasn't taken U.S. government courses. He only has a finite understanding of it. It's ingrained in us. I don't know about you, but politics has been a huge part of my life for most of my life. I was telling people on live yesterday, Columbine was my freshman year of high school, and then my church youth group went on a mission trip to Littleton, Colorado that summer to go hug on them babies and go to their sporting events and cheer them on. And then when I was a senior in high school, 9/11 happened, my first semester, senior year. So it'd be great to not be living through life-changing moment after life-changing moment. But we're built for this. Millennials especially are built for this, right? Because we've been going through this crazy amounts of trauma our whole lives. You become used to it. You learn to love yourself first and be a good person yourself. Do good research. Verify your sources. Understand that Kamala Harris is the fucking vice president, the sole person in charge of discharging and certifying this election. And if you think with all this election interference and fraud that she's gonna just certify away, sign away the... No. The election's not final. States haven't certified. I'm hearing there's some noise in Pennsylvania tomorrow. Elon Musk spent 3 weeks in Pennsylvania before the election, and when he left, he said, oh yeah, we're winning Pennsylvania. And I quote. And also he said, if we lose, I'm going to prison. The penalty for treason is unalived. Sure about that, Elon? And I think we need to prepare people. We need to make other people aware. So you need to share my information so that they understand. There's a lot of people that don't understand how government works. Why do you think Donald Trump wanted Mike Pence to decertify the election in 2021? Right? Why do you think Elon Musk floated the concept of unaliving Kamala Harris? Because she has to certify this election. Audits are coming. The truth will always come out. And I've been saying this all along. Who do you think the smarter team is? Do you think it's MAGA? Do you think they won? I don't think they've won a goddamn thing. And I think there is a divine feminine energy moving and stirring. And I'm hearing, like I said, I'm hearing a revote. I'm sniffing it out. A revote using a new system, using the U.S. military to aid, because you've got Natty Guard in every state. You don't need very many people, but you can vet all of them very easily. Ask them if they know what Turning Point USA is. If they say yes, they don't work for me. And you get unbiased people to count the results of a revoted election. And you send ballots to everyone, and you use overnight, and you use whatever means necessary. Give some to the post office if they can't handle the volume. Use other means. But we got to revote. We got to talk about revoting. Recounting isn't enough. That's not where you're going to win. You're going to win in an audit. When they throw out a bunch of votes that are bullet ballots, that's how you win and revote. We're not quite in protest territory. You still need to be contacting your state representatives and tell them that I smell fraud. I smell election interference. Bomb threats, bomb threats, bomb threats. 80 fucking bomb threats. Those are tangible. They were told to us by the media, means that they figured out where the bomb threats originated, and that was Russia. That is election interference. That's the only path forward. We keep talking about recounting votes. If the numbers are the same, what the fuck's the matter? It's an audit. It's an audit that matters. So pass the word. Make other people aware. Let them know, though. Calm them down. Look at how calm I am. Baby, I'm Gucci. I will let you know. Let me be your barometer. I promise you. I'm a light switch. My face turns red. My fucking pulses. Might you see my pulse in my neck and shit when I'm heated? I believe in Kamala Harris. And what I hear are like 1,600 lawyers and multiple 3-letter agencies that are on her side that want her to win because they want her to keep her job, by the way. Because if Kamala Harris certifies this election and says, oh, it's all good, and Donald Trump goes into power, they're going to fire millions of federal employees. That's a job market that has grown over time to be a considerable portion of our working population, as are immigrants. Deporting 14 million immigrants would destabilize food production in the United States. These all seem like things that make us weaker. And that's what Russia wants.